Hello friends, welcome to another in our Shot for Shot series. This one is at Cutalong at Lake Anna, the recently completed and opened Tom Clark design. You'll see what Tom Clark did with this is utilizing a method that was established by C.B. Macdonald, which is pulling from famous British and American golf holes to produce a beautiful and distinctive golf course in and of itself here at Cutalong at Lake Anna. This on the tee right now is Chris Palmer. Chris is the owner of Kenmont Group, who does a lot of work with us at the VSGA. The lefty who you saw is Zane. He works at Cutalong. And this is Chris Baird. He's a sales manager at Cutalong as well. So someone to be in touch with if you're looking for membership or a stay and play package or things of that nature. And this is me, who we're going to follow for this shot for shot. Number one is a 391 yard par 4, and you don't want to do what I did, which is borderline a duck hook over here into the penalty area. I hit it great on the range, and then I go ahead and I do that. I took an 8-iron here, choked down, thinking I'm just going to get this at the front right part of the green. That's a new feature too, that little pop-up flag stick that'll give us some directions here in this video of where we're playing to. I ended up down in this penalty area. I chipped it up here. This was a reasonable look. Took a hybrid here from just off the green. Pretty sure I'm going to make this. And you don't make them when you come up 3 feet short, I will tell you that. But I brushed that one in, and you'll get a look here at this first green, which is inspired by the 4th at Robert Trent Jones's Spyglass Hill in Pebble Beach. Brian Jennings, whose nickname is Gonzo, was the master shaper for Cutalong, and you can thank Gonzo for those dramatic tears and drops there on the first green. Number 2, gentle dogleg right. The drop-off on the right-hand side is reminiscent of the Calamity hole at Royal Portrush. I avoided that altogether, went left over that bunker on the left-hand side, left myself with 95 yards, and pitched it up to here, and left myself with a nice, 18 to 20 footer uphill. Nice look at birdie to sort of, get back on track, but at least lag that up to about 3 feet. We're going to see so many really cool features on this course that Tom Clark used from American and British golf courses throughout his journey in golf course architecture. Number 3 is a par 5, doglegs to the right a little bit, and as I warm up, you'll see here there's some mounds and some tailings over there on the right that are going to obstruct your view a little bit, but it doglegs slightly to the right, and there's a sunken railroad track out there as well from the mining days on the property. This is another ball that goes left off the tee and goes into the penalty area. So I had to take a drop over here and laid this one up. This is just a 7-iron from an unknown yardage. I laid it up. I had 110 yards in right here from behind that sunken railroad track, and I stare this one down. It landed right next to the hole, left me with about 10 to 12 feet here for this putt to save par. This is a difficult green to hit. It's kind of like an overturned skillet, so keep that in mind. Number 4 is our first par 3, and as you come through the trees here, through the cart path, you're going to see this natural rock here, which is a much different look than you're accustomed to in the first 3 holes. This green is inspired by the 17th at Pebble Beach, and you're going to get a nice look at it. Keep in mind that bunker there that's short left, that bunker is also inspired by a bunker that had once been adjacent to the first green at Augusta National. It's no longer there, but it was there for a long time there at the inception of Augusta National. First look at ace cam. Zane here, no ace, and Chris, no ace. So got out of there, no aces. My ball ended up in sort of the middle of that hourglass shaped green, and I just lagged that down there to about a foot or so, 1.5 feet. Able to get out of there with par and feel like I'm sort of back on track. Number 5 is kind of an homage to Pete Dye. There's multiple fairways there that you can get a look at, and you can see the shape of that green take a look at the hole location as you tee off so that you can choose which way to go. We had about 270 from the blue tees that we were playing. I took 3-wood, hit it to about pin high, and then just chunked it right into the bunker. You gotta love it. And blasted this out. But this is a lot of peat dye in it with the railroad tracks and some of the features there. But I saved 4. 5 is your first look at Contrary Creek, which is behind the green and actually runs along the property down to Lake Anna. 6, par 4, severe drop off there to the right side, and as you play from the fairway, there is a stream and a deep ravine which you play over to a Deceptive green that is kind of like a Donald Ross green from Pinehurst number 2. I had some type of a wedge in, made a really nice swing at it and stared it down. It ended up landing on the green like 10 feet short or so, but spun all the way back to the front. And I did what I love to do for you guys when we make these shot-for-shot videos, is 3-putt. That was special just for you all, because that's what I do. That's Brady. He's the director of golf operations at Cutalong. And this is 7. You can see those 2 bunkers there. They're kind of reminiscent of the principal's nose at St. Andrews. You can thank Gonzo again for those, the master shaper. He had kind of cut those out in the preliminary shaping. They looked so good that the 7th at Cutalong is the principal's nose. This played about 153 yards from the tees that we were on, and I was able to hit it back there onto the top tier and get a nice 2-putt to get out of there with a par. Especially when you stand on 1 foot, they're always good, right? Number 8, it's a par 5. Everything slopes a little bit right to left. Once you get out there in the fairway, there are some pretty level spots, though, for you to be able to give this a good go. But if you top it, which is what I did, you're not going to end up in a great spot. I'm going to give you a better look here of how to sort of come into this hole. I came in from the bottom left. You want to come in from the right-hand part of that fairway. Or if you're going for it, you can just clear those trees like I was basically trying to do with my hybrid. But this is a Redan green that you really do need to pick your spot as you approach it from the fairway. So something to keep in mind. I don't remember what number shot that was. Number 9's a par 4. Dogleg slight to the left around some trees. Some really nice rock formations out there in the fairway. There's something to aim at. And you'd get a free drop from those if you got too close to them. But the 9th green is really modeled after number 14 at Augusta National. So that's just another nod to some of the great architecture that Tom has studied and experienced in his career. And to be able to bring so many of those features to Cutalong is really special. Another great lag putt I did here, and knocked it in. So apart from that putt on number 6, I was pretty solid on those 8 to 10 footers, and I hope you'll keep an eye out for our back 9 at Cutalong, which will be coming along soon. Thanks.